Bonjour to you all. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About It. We are your hosts, Devana Antoine McFarlane,
CBA Collins Banks Ajayi,
Adikali Toure.
and our conversation today is it right for a religious parent to force their child into marriage or even to force them to marriage at a young age? It's a good one, ain't it?
Good question. I mean, it's not right, yeah, but at the same time, it's always like the thing of saying your mom knows best. I think, and sometimes we bring our partner. I'll say we because at the end of the day, I'm a religious person as well.
Right.
I think, and you bring a partner who you thought, oh right, this is the best person for me, and thing like that, and because your parents have lived through ages where they understand, they can just see someone and straight away spot that person and think this person is good for this person or this person is not good, and they can disagree with you, and sometimes they can be right, sometimes they can be wrong. They're human being, you get me? But sometimes they can be right, and I think not necessarily it's wrong to push someone, a young person, to go and get married, but I don't know, it's a
Mr.
difficult one.
Ajayi Banks, please elaborate.
Mr. Collins Banks Ajayi.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I disagree with him. It's totally wrong. You shouldn't push anyone. Life is all about choices, right? So your parents wouldn't be sleeping at night with that person. Of course, getting married is you starting a new whole world your own, and in the new world, you need to learn. But you need to learn for yourself, by yourself, and you need to teach other people.
Yeah.
So I do not agree with parents even telling someone, "Oh, that's not right for you." Nah, just let it happen.
Yeah.
You can just advise to say, "I don't think." That's it. That's
Totally
about it.
agree.
I don't think. That's
Totally
it.
agree.
You need to let people make their own choices because
For themselves.
That's
Yeah.
it.
You gotta understand maybe where they're coming from.
I just-
You
So
get me?
where are they coming from?
They're
What
coming-
gives them the
they're-
right to say, I want you to marry this person?
Well, it's not necessarily.
Apart from having a typical thing of
It's-
saying, I'm your parent.
It's not necessarily that they have the right to choose who they want for you, I'm saying, but I'm trying to come from a side where, especially like the Asians, where they have arranged marriage and trying to encourage their kid into getting a marriage, into getting into a marriage, and I think it's all of that family. Yeah, it's very important nowadays. There's a lot of us here that just want to rush into a relationship and just create a big family, and then you break up. You get me? And those people, they like to keep their families together. You get me?
I hear you.
And their idea of encouraging their child to get married to this person is because, one, they know that person's family and they're cool with that person's family.
So are we saying that it's only the Asians that are doing this?
No.
So where are we saying, where is it? Where is this happening?
It's
on the
everywhere.
developed countries, like
It's happened in England.
third world countries. And
Yeah, that's
It
happening.
happened in England.
obviously, you will not get white families sitting out there saying, "Oh, I want you to get married to Jamie or meet Grace." That would not happen because that's not their culture. And these people that do it, the reason why they want a certain union is because it's their culture and it's mixed with religion as well.
Right.
So, like an Asian person, it's not racism. So they just feel like it's more comfortable for them. They can associate and they can relate to the husband or wife if they can get you fixed with someone.
Right.
And as soon as they get you with that person, they believe everything is cush, because you have to think about it this way. If you can't randomly just turn up at your daughter's house or your son's house, most of these people think that's unheard of.
Yeah.
It's like, what? You know what I mean? So that's why most times you get banned, or you get what's it called? Your name gets tarnished if you get married to, like, let's say some random culture or some random tribe, because they feel, okay, you've broken the rules, or don't know.
I was actually working with a grown man, fully grown man. He was probably in his maybe 30s or 40s, and he was being forced by his mum to come back home and get married, because I think they sort of made an agreement of, he will meet someone by a certain age and get married, and if it doesn't happen, then he has to go home.
And accept.
Now, is that okay? Because he's a grown man and he can make his own choices. But, I mean, he still feels like he's being forced.
Like I say again, culture does play a part. It plays a bigger part.
I believe it does.
And religion as well plays a bigger part, because most Muslims believe in a polygamous marriage, so having two or more. You know what I mean? So obviously some people be like, nah, I don't want to do that. But think about it this way: those people that have been arranged for you to marry, she doesn't know you. You know, I've not gone clubbing before. You've not gone on any dates before. Now she's doing you a favor, just like you're doing her a favor. So now they're thinking.
That's the point.
That's what I'm saying to you. So think about it this way: a lady has been introduced to you, saying, "Okay, Mr. Devana, this is your wife to be. This is your husband to be." Now you're thinking, "Oh, I don't want to disappoint my mom and dad. I'll go along with it." The girl is, "Oh, I don't want to disappoint." So they just cope with each other for a while. Don't get me wrong. They still grow up loving each other, because you have to think about it this way.
You grow to love. Yeah,
you can't just think about it this way. If you're forced to marry someone, you have nothing to talk about. You have nothing to talk about. So you're starting from the scratch. Now you're building trust. It's very interesting for you to start something with someone.
Right.
If you know what I mean. So let's say, for instance, now you get along with a girl. You're not forced or anything. You get along with a girl. Let's say it depends on where you've met this girl. Now obviously she's got brief history about you anyway. Maybe she knows a friend or whatever it is. So she knows a little bit about you. So she's gonna have that in the back of her mind. So let's say, for instance, you lot met on a drunken night.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, you met on a drunken night. She would always have that in mind, regardless. Always have that in mind, regardless. Oh, how'd you guys meet? Oh, I went to this club. Oh, it was fun. Oh, he was drunk off his head. Do you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
That influences everything. Now, if you don't know this girl before, I'm not saying it's advice. I'm not advising that people should lie, but you can build.
You can say you're
you can
Superman,
start anything.
and she'll probably
without,
believe it.
There you go. And
Or
she
he
can
will.
say,
Alright,
and she can say anything to you, and you'll probably believe it, because you don't know nothing. So you're just taking her word for it.
Yeah.
And
I get it, but
road, you just
okay. Have you had a conversation, an awkward, forced conversation with someone?
I've had so many, and it's interesting.
Right. It's interesting for you.
Very
Alright. For me, it's so awkward that I can't wait to just relieve myself and go away, because I feel like I'm overdoing something to catch this person's attention, whether it be a guy or a girl. I'm trying to have a conversation with them, and I'm putting myself out there so much so that I just feel that whatever I'm saying, they're not really paying attention to, or whatever.
But that's the same thing we do on Facebook. You put yourself so much out there.
You don't, yeah.
Not everyone
Social
cares.
media.
All right. So moving on, we've sort of said that it's not right, but we have to sort of understand it from their perspective.
I can't even understand. I just know it's wrong.
I know it's wrong.
Force any human being to make.
So how can we change this? How can
you can't change it?
We can't change
it's
this.
It's a cultural stuff.
So this is gonna keep on happening until the end of time.
Of course, it's just like the way you're always gonna eat.
No,
These people are gonna keep.
But I need to eat to live. I don't need to be forced
That's exactly
in a marriage
what
to
some
live.
people see the marriage as.
I don't think this is. I don't think this is something that's gonna happen forever. You get me?
Okay.
Reason why I'm saying this, most like you said, now you got a friend, and he's telling you this thing, and I'm sure when they're telling you this thing, there wasn't being, oh yes, by the way, I'm going back home to someone's got. They were telling you more of like, I'm so annoyed that I don't want to do it.
Well, to be honest, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But to me, I mean, they seemed mutual ground. Like they were like, okay, I don't know. They accepted it.
Okay, it's part of their life. That's how it is. To be very fair, it's never going to be abolished. Like I said again, it's rooted into their history. It's a cultural thing. You can't, as much as slowly it's gonna change. That's life, innit? Life is gonna change anyway, but it's still gonna be there. It's just like the people that come all the way from Africa and stuff. We're not used to being forced into things in terms of marriages and stuff like that. We can't be forced to go to church, mosque. Those are religious stuff. But in terms of marriage, the only thing is your mom. As we know, most people, they have this so-called influence. I don't like this one, but there's no concrete reasons why you don't like this person. So I don't believe you should show your parents, vice versa. I think you should get into your relationship, know where you two stand, then go to your parents. So whatever they say, you guys have got the bulletproof anyway. It's just there, you just listen to them. Okay, really? Is that all you got? Okay, see you next week. Bye. Instead of you've just met this girl a month and you're just like, oh, let's go see my parents. And you go, and let's say your mom is boy or mom is girl. Go there and they say, oh, I look straight into his eyes and he looks a bit dodgy. then you go back home and start acting weird. So, how is that not? That's practically a forced marriage, if you know what I mean, because you've been forced to get out of it. It might as well be forced to get back into it. So I just think, yeah, on that stand, that's where I stand. To be fair, that's
okay.
my view.
Fair enough. All right, cool. Well, we're at the point of the show where we are having our embarrassing story,
Oh, is it my turn today?
and it's your turn.
Oh God, thank God.
It's your turn. It's not your go. It's your turn. So please, CBA, make me laugh or make me cringe. I don't know.
Alright, cool.
Kind of
I
story you
remember
can tell me.
mine is like a couple of years back, a long time ago. I was in boarding school.
Boarding school.
Yeah, boarding
Wow,
school.
this seems like it's gonna be
No, no,
embarrassing. Let me get comfortable.
Right, I don't think it's embarrassing. I just think it was like.
It's embarrassing stories. Don't give me that. It's not embarrassing.
Alright, cool. So yeah, obviously I've been seeing this girl, and obviously at that time I'm thinking, you know what? We just keep it calm, innit? Like nothing will be started.
Boarding school.
Boarding
That's
school.
mixed.
It's mixed, obviously.
Oh, right.
So obviously every night you have your what you call prep time, which is study time. So let's say from 10 to 11.
Right.
It's an hour. It's an hour session. So the purpose is for you to go to school from your dormitories, read, and go back to
Right.
your dormitories and have a good night rest.
But of course, CBA.
But
don't
of
do that.
course, I didn't. So this was the embarrassing bit. The fact that obviously we're now walking back with the girl. Everyone was paired up. You know, acting like the cool gang of the school, like OTF, walking back to the dormitory now. And suddenly we all stopped. It wasn't planned, obviously, we just all stopped. Like, yeah, let's stop and talk to the girls before they go off into the dormitories. And we're speaking. Each dormitory has got a head. So for the female dormitory, you've got the woman. She's loud. She was once a soldier. Yeah, right?
Okay.
And for the male
What's that?
dormitory, yeah, because she lied to us. I think she lied anyway. But
Okay.
that was once a soldier. But anyway, that's beside the point. So we've got the male dormitory now. The guy, the man of the head of dormitory. So we're there just chatting now. And this was unexpected for me now. She just like leaned in to kiss me, and I was like, alright, I'll go for it. At the point of that, I just had pow! Instantly, I actually thought it was a friend trying to mess him up, but it was the woman. Go back to your dumb. I was like, whoa. Hey, listen, she was lucky, you know. I wanted to swing like at the moment, like yo, trying lips, you know. What the heck is this woman doing? So obviously at that point I was like trying to act big in front of the girl, innit? And before I knew it, she took my sandals.
Come on.
So that was the bit. So the embarrassing bit was I was trying to kiss, I was not successful. I had to walk all the way back to my dormitory barefoot.
That's an embarrassing story.
I've got something similar to that.
Yeah. Next time.
Next time.
Alright.
Remind me of that sandals. Just say sandals. I'll
remember
get
that.
So now we are at the point where it's
Facts and more facts.
this is facts.
Fact. Did you know that there was over 10 African countries involved in a VE Day? Victory to England. Good fact. Take it with you.
We just want to say, it's not okay to be forced into an arranged marriage.
No, it's not.
But in some cultures, we have to understand that for them, it's the normal. With that said, from your host, Devana Antoine McFarlane.
CBA, Collins Banks Ajayi. You guys should know this by now.
Adi Khalid Toure.
Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time.
No more back and forth. No more playing games. No more love lost. Everything I want is right here. We just need to
No, let him have it. We'll just go and leave him.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.